we'll end it with this, and it's the same thing I've ended with just about all the journalists that we've had here. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a two-parter. One, you've had a great long career, talking to a lot of different guys, going to a lot of different events. This has been the summer of nostalgia since we haven't had anything else to do. Looking back, do you have a favorite journalist story, or either a favorite guy that you've covered, or a favorite event, or just a funny story that always pops back? And then I'll say the second part of that, you did a lot of covering around these parts. Do you have a favorite A&M coverage story too?
So I swear to you, I am not pandering when I say this. But one of the first Big 12 media days I was at, A&M was there, of course, and they brought Von Miller and Gerard Johnson. And Von was obviously a very gregarious dude. He's continued that in the NFL. But I looked at his headshot, and he was like one of the only guys that had glasses on in his headshot. And I was like, that's kind of weird. So we were doing videos and stuff at ESPN at the time, and so I got Vaughn, and he came on camera with us, and I said, Vaughn, I was looking at your headshot, your brand new one. You got your glasses on. I haven't seen a lot of guys that rock the glasses in the headshot. What's that about? And he said, I can't see. and it's just that simple. And, I think that was Vaughn in a nutshell. He really was a great character and an even better player. And I don't think anybody around A&M has been surprised to see how much success he's had in the NFL, and how marketable he's been. I'm sure Old Spice has sold a lot more bottles in the College Station area.
Cease, you got anything else?
No. Nothing really. I do remember that, and I remember that I was actually, we were kicking around ideas this summer. We were talking about, we ended up not doing it. Maybe the season gets canceled. We'll circle back to it. But we were talking about just like the craziest games we've ever covered. And man, that Nebraska A&M game in 2010, I think that's right, was like one of the most insane nights I've ever had. You had the Texags camera getting trashed by Carl Pelini. You had the late hit call that like people were losing their mind over. You had Taylor Martinez getting like taken in the locker room, and then Pelini's like jabbing him, and you have Tony Gerard Eddy like grabbing like Ben Cotton's nether regions in Nebraska. And you have this like ironically A&M fighting for like the Big 12 to send the Huskers out on a sad note. And it's like there's no touchdowns scored in this game, and it's still one of the most fun games I've ever covered in my entire life. It was just a completely insane night. And I remember I filed a story at the gun on ESPN.com. It was like an instant analysis thing that we did. And I didn't mention the officiating. I don't know. I don't really like writing about officiating. It's not that interesting. There were a couple, iffy calls, but I just didn't write about the officiating. Well, I went down, talked to like Tannehill, and I forget who. I think Tannehill started in that game, and talked to like Christian Michael and some of those other guys. Came upstairs, and I had 336 emails from Nebraska fans in 1 hour. Let me tell you, they weren't all complimenting the quality of the story. I will just, I'll point that. So I guess that brings us full circle with Nebraska fans being displeased with their conference. And here we are today. I'm told Nebraska fans, not big fans of their current conference at the moment. So the more things change, the more they stay the same.